going to be starting off the fourth quarter of action between San Miguel Beer and Shell Rimula X. Starting off from square one again, 74 all. Benji Perez backing up against Alvin Teng. An offensive foul is going to be called on Benji. And earlier you saw Bong Alvarez take a bad fall. Ronnie Nathaniels had an interview with Dr. Salud. And I believe Bong Alvarez, here's Ronnie with that update.
Okay, we're here with Bong Alvarez and Bong, ano nangyari?
Bale, na-spray lang ako, sir. Na-spray lang, kaya lang tumama lang dun sa dun sa sa ilalim. Kaya medyo napalakas eh.
I don't think he can play the rest of this game.
I don't think so. Not tonight.
It's just sprained, Doc. Nothing more serious than that, no?
Yes. It doesn't look that bad, but definitely he can't do it tonight.
Sayang heka, he was playing so well.
Yes. Well, tough luck.
Okay, Bong Alvarez is out of this game after putting on a spectacular show up till then. But we hope that his teammates can continue and carry on the fight.
Well, that was Ronnie Nathaniels with Bong Alvarez, Dr. Salud, and Herc Calyanta of the coaching staff of Shell Rimula X. And as Ronnie Nathaniels said, pity that Bong Alvarez had to suffer that accident. But fortunately for the Shell squad, it doesn't look that bad according to the good doctor.
Well, Shell really rode high and leaned on the heroics of Bong Alvarez in the third period. In fact, Shell had 11 fast break points in the third quarter as against only 6 for San Miguel Beer. And Shell also improved its shooting as a result, 63% as compared to 53% for San Miguel Beer.
Well, San Miguel Beer, as I mentioned earlier, went to as high as a 14-point lead back in the second quarter, held their own in the early goings of the third, but then Shell came back, as you will see here. They outscored San Miguel 30-24 in the third period to effect that deadlock at 74 all at the end of the 36th minute.
Actually, Shell outscoring San Miguel the last two quarters.
That's correct.
Jerome Lane not doing too badly now from the free throw line, shooting 60%.
Meanwhile, out of bounds play for San Miguel Beer as Shell now with a 1-point lead at 75-74. Certainly 60% is a big improvement from 1 out of 8.
That's right.
Which he had.
Which was not only atrocious, but woeful.
Oh, yes.
Here's Eric Martin. Thinking of eating up the defense of Benji Paras, and he does.
Eric Martin there with an aggressive move against the defense of Benji, and that also gets the fourth personal from Benji Paras, so that really compounds the problem for Shell.
Well, Benji Paras was not pushing on Eric Martin. Martin moving in. There was no double team. That's why he easily got that bucket.
Eric Martin lost the control of the basketball as he released it for the shot. He knew it as he released it. Still in all, San Miguel with a 1-point lead. Jojo Martin missing it. Alvin Teng getting to the loose ball. Hector Kama off to Eric Martin.
A flying slam by Eric Martin, and he'll go back to the stripe.
Well, certainly an ill-advised foul given up by Chris Badeher. You know that Eric Martin in this particular situation is unstoppable.
And he really wanted that slam dunk. You notice his takeoff, and he got that ball way up high in the wing.
Well, Coach Joe Lipa is now dispatching Terry Saldana, who did not see action at all.
Well, another player who also hasn't seen action for Shell, Ed, is Rick Marata.
Right.
And if Coach...
Johnny Escobar, neither.
That's right. If Coach Joe Lipa is thinking of getting someone to replace Bong Alvarez, in terms of someone who can be a spark plug, someone who can bring some high energy back into his ball club, it would be someone like Rick Marata.
Meanwhile, Benji Paras with a big rebound there off the miss on the free throw by Eric Martin. San Miguel with a 3-point lead at 78-75, 10 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Jojo Martin off to Jerome Lane. Out to Ronnie Magsanov. Thought about a three-point shot. Now is covered by Alvin Teng. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Ronnie Magsanov inside. And that's going to be a goaltending violation on Eric Martin, his second in the game. And he might have gotten hit.
I think he might have hurt his hand going up for that block. Let's look at that once more. Oh.
Oh, he was grimacing in pain after that.
Now Alan Kaidig is back in the basketball game.
And he misses on the shot.
Now
Jerome Lane.
Ed, I just wanted to make the comment that he has replaced Atto Agustin, and I think that's a smart move on the part of Norman Black to alternate Agustin and Kaidik, especially since we're still early in the fourth period. He will probably have both his top gunners in the game at the same time later on. But right now, he will probably want to rest Agustin, who's been playing a lot of minutes.
79-78 against Shell in the lead off Terry Saldana's drive. Eric Martin against Jojo Martin. Terry Saldana with a rebound, fresh legs. But Alvin Teng takes the pass away. Inside to Eric Martin, who scores at point-blank range. Terry Saldana acknowledging the error.
Sloppy basketball on the part of Shell, allowing San Miguel Beer to pick off.
80-79, San Miguel by 1. 8 minutes and 49 seconds remaining. Terry Saldana sees an opening. And the foul on Hector Calma. That'll be his third. (80-79). San Miguel by 1. 8 minutes and 47 seconds remaining.
Now Dong Polistico is getting extended minutes here for San Miguel Beer. I think the big reason for that is the rebounding advantage that Shell has had since the start of this game. Of course, a lot of big men playing for Shell. They have really an overabundance of power forwards.
Well, between Jerome Lane and Benji Paras, you could have a lot of rebounds indeed. Meantime, Norman Black calls a timeout. 8 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in this ball game, and the issue is far from settled. It is a 1-point lead by San Miguel Beer. Terry Saldana with one more shot from the free throw line. He missed the first. And the loose ball is picked up by Jojo Martin. Ronnie Magsanov will set up the play. Ronnie from inside the keyhole can't get his outside shot going. Magsanov so far with only 4 points in the game. Here's Hector Calma. Eric Martin got the loose ball, gets away from Terry Saldana. Acrobatic shot won't go. And Saldana with another rebound.
And again, Shell waiting for Jerome Lane to take his spot at the post.
He'll invite the double team. Now looks at Benji Paras. A traveling violation.
Yes. He knew it. He knew it.
All right, we'll give you a look at that acrobatic shot of Eric Martin. Pity.
Well, he had to elude the defense of Jerome Lane. But you know, in the previous sequence, the previous offensive thrust of Shell, you're noticing, or you can't help but notice, that they're feeling the absence of Bong Alvarez.
That is true.
They have to wait for Jerome Lane to set up.
Meantime, Alan Kaidik is fouled off the three-point shot. Jojo Martin, only his first personal. Coach Joe Lipa approaches Rick Marata at the bench.
Look at the big edge that Shell has opened in the rebounding department. 49 rebounds, only 27 for San Miguel.
Here comes Rick for Ronnie Magsanov. Rick Marata cold off the bench, seeing action for the first time this evening for Shell Rimila X. But you also know, of course, that Rick is one of the most gung-ho players in the league. He doesn't mind really if you field him in the last 10 seconds of the ball game. He'll still give you the kind of intensity that tends to rub off on his teammates.
Rare 2 misses there from Alan Kaidik at the free throw line.
Here's Jerome Lane against Dong Polistico and Alan Kaidik. There's the kick out pass that Jerome Lane took was a no-look pass, and it was wide of Terry Saldana.
Well, you have to credit the double-team defense of San Miguel that time because they obstructed his vision. He did not have a good line on his passing lane.
The pace of the ball game has slackened the past few plays. Eric Martin going to the other side, and Dong Polistico with a nice offensive rebound and the follow-up. It is San Miguel by 3 at 82-79.
Now, Rick Marata is in the basketball game for the first time. Earlier, we talked about what his presence could do for this Shell Ball Club.
Now, Rick tries a three-point shot, comes up with an air ball.
And Jerome Lane giving up the foul. Useless foul.
He just wanted to foul Dong Polistico.
That's right. And Shell already in penalty. So not a good foul to give up, not unless Jerome Lane wanted some time to rest.
Well, he'll get it as there is a timeout called by Joe Lipa. There you go. Still a three-point lead for San Miguel Beer, but on that foul by Jerome Lane, Dong Polistico is at the line to try and pad this three-point lead by San Miguel Beer with 6 minutes, 41 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. We're still in the first game as Polistico misses on the first. And just in case you're wondering why the game is late, well, we did have a 45-minute power interruption earlier that caused a delay.
Dong Polistico missing both free throws. That's 4 straight free throws now missed by San Miguel Beer, going back to Alan Kaidik's flubs. Incidentally, before this game, Polistico was 1 out of 5 from the free throw line. That's 20% shooting.
Well, Jerome Lane and Polistico messing around with the basketball from behind when it was about to go into the lane or into the hoop, and that will count as a goaltending violation. The lead of San Miguel down to 1 at 82-81. Coming out of the pick, Alan Kaidik. Up against Jojo Martin, there's a tap by Jerome Lane. Hector Kama, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Alvin Teng down to 2. Eric Martin will try to beat it. And ball is live. Here comes Jojo Martin getting away and missing the shot. Big rebound by Dong Polistico. Here comes Alan Kaidik. Open court basketball that time.
And Alan Kaidik fouled. Remember, Shell already in penalty situation. So another 2 shots here for San Miguel Beer.
San Miguel has only given up 2 team fouls in this quarter so far. We're more than halfway through with the period as Jojo Martin is replaced by Chris Bade.
Now, Coach Norman Black is ranting and raving on the sidelines. He already has 1 technical foul. Another one will mean his ejection. But he was complaining that in the earlier play, a foul should have been called when Eric Martin moved in for the shot, but there was no call, and that's the reason why Norman Black is complaining.
Alan Kaidik
finally putting in 1 out of 2. So 5 straight misses by San Miguel Beer before Alan Kaidik put in his gift shot.
First 2, of course, were by Alan Kaidik himself. Here's Jerome Lane against the double team again, looking for that open man. And that pass to Benji was anticipated by Alan Kaidik. Eric Martin, wrap around, drive, and listen to this crowd.
Now that's what you call athleticism. Anybody can do that. For a big man like Eric Martin must be athletic.
Oh, yes. San Miguel now by 4.
Jerome Martin is having problems beating that double team of San Miguel Beer. Marata.
Yes. Talk about sparking this team.
Well, he makes things happen. Rick Marata, when he gets into the basketball game, you know something's going to happen. Whether good or bad, something will happen.
85-83, 2-point lead by San Miguel Beer. Alan Kaidik against Chris Bade. There's the pick by Dong Polistico.
A pick and roll situation, and Alan Kaidik didn't have good elevation on that shot.
Opportunity here for Shell to pull up or pull ahead. They're down by 2.
This might be an opportunity for San Miguel Beer to put back Ato Agustin in the game. Alan Kaidik has not been having a good offensive performance the last few minutes. Here's Agustin coming in for Hector Calma.
Meantime, Dong Polistico with his 5th personal foul. Want to take a look at the import matchup.
And this is something that we anticipated. The matchup between the two imports, Martin and Lane.
Eric Martin certainly having the numbers there.
Yes, and Jerome Lane only 1 assist in this game.
Lane with a turnaround. That seems to be his favorite move.
Has a nice touch from that distance. Now, earlier we were talking about how Norman Black will probably bring back Ato Agustin to pair with Alan Kaidik in the final minutes of this game. Well, you've got the 1-2 scoring punch now in the basketball game at the same time.
Agustin gets down to work right away. 87-85 for San Miguel. 3 minutes, 48 seconds remaining in this game. Rick Marata, nowhere to go.
Now again, we were talking about Marata. Sometimes he can be in control. Sometimes he can be out of control.
That time, dives for the loose ball. Jerome Lane. Handoff to Chris Bade. And Dong Polistico will foul out of the game.
And he knew it. And he walks back to the bench without a hint of remorse. Let's look at that again. Not that he was expecting that foul not to be called.
Well,
dami naman tattoo nito ni Dong Polistico, no?
palaki ng palaki. We have a timeout by Shell. 4th quarter action here between San Miguel Beer and Shell. We are in the semifinal round of the Commissioner's Cup on the 20th year of the Philippine Basketball Association. A 2-point lead by San Miguel Beer over Shell with 3.5 minutes remaining.
And look at that wraparound move by Eric Martin. A nice elevation, taking it off the glass. What more can you ask for?
That's where he works best in an open court situation. Eric Martin, you've seen him come in from the outside and elevate and really do some fantastic stuff up in the air going for the hoop.
And as we expected, Ed, we have not seen a poor game here in the semifinals.
Oh, yes.
All the games, all the matches have been close. They've been tight struggles.
Intensely fought games too.
Quality of the games has been exceptional, Ed. I think the fans recognize this. That's why we've got a full house
Yes.
here at the Astrodome right now.
Meanwhile, we have Chris Bade at the line for one more shot. Deadlocks the count. This is the 5th standoff in this game at 87 all. Coach Jolie Pa screaming at the top of his lungs instructions to his boys. Ato Agustin goes against Jerome Lane. Eric Martin inside. Loose ball scramble will end in a jump ball situation.
Now Arthur La Cruz is in the basketball game to replace Alan Kaidik. Kaidik, the last few offensive attempts of San Miguel Beer was off. And I guess Coach Norman Black will want to rest his trigger man, perhaps until the late going. Not too many minutes left, actually, with 3:14 to go.
Meantime, in the background, we could hear Coach Jolie Pa complaining. Reach up, called by referee De Leon.
I thought that was a faulty throw because that ball didn't go up straight. Sort of leaned to one side, and that threw off both jumpers. Here we go again. I think they'll call another throw. Maybe they should change that referee making the toss.
Referee De Dios comes in, tossing that ball from a walk. At this time, referee De Leon sees something amiss with the positioning of Alvin Teng and Benji Paras.
Well, you have two giant imports.
Yeah.
expecting that toss. And you've got to toss it high enough.
And get out of the way quick.
That's right. Here we go.
Franz Pumaran gets to it in the back court. We're tied at 87, 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go. Ato Agustin against Chris Bade.
There's a high pick and roll situation. And a nice dish off, but not up to it.
Anticipation there by Shell. Chris Bade finishing off the break. Chris Bade.
And nobody expected the rookie to go straight and strong to the hoop.
89-87, 2-point lead by Shell. 2 minutes and 39 seconds to go.
Now, Ed, remember, this game's so important as far as deciding Shell's fate is concerned. They have lost their first 2 games here in the semifinals, so Shell badly needs to win.
Blocked by Benji Paras and Alvin Teng. Referee De Leon will call a foul. This one on Rick Marata, his first. And Shell is already in the penalty. They have been for quite some time now. That is actually their 8th team foul.
Now, Coach Joe Lipa saying that there should have been a traveling violation called. And I think he might have had reason to complain because Alvin Teng, I think, took steps before he released that basketball. So this is a lucky break for San Miguel Beer because there should have been a violation called, and Coach Joe Lipa once more in anguish.
There's going to be a jump called by referee by Ledesma.
Double lane violation.
It is a 1-point lead by Shell, 2:25 to go.
Now they'll jump it at center.
Two minutes, 25 seconds remaining. Shell in penalty, San Miguel with 4 team fouls.
This time it's Baila Desma who's going to throw it up.
Chris Bade picks up the tap.
And Jerome Lane, I think, might have hurt himself. He's skipping around,
yes.
He's skipping. Might have been a Charlie horse or a case of cramps. Let's see.
Time. Together with that injury timeout, a timeout is called by Joe Lipa. The count at 89-88 in favor of Shell. 2 minutes and 19 seconds remaining. And this is what happened after that jump ball. Watch the foot.
The right foot
Jerome Lane.
Jerome Lane. Now he came down badly on that foot, Ed.
And actually also got into a collision with the foot of Eric Martin. And there you go. We don't know if he's fit to get back on the hard court, although he is right in the middle of the coaching huddle.
Now Jerome Lane, you see him here, taking a swig. He played for the Rapid City Thrillers in the Continental League, and he did not play in the playoffs, although he finished the regular season because Jerome Lane was listed in the injured reserve list. I understand he had an ankle sprain, so might have aggravated that injury, but he's back on the court. He's not limping anymore. What a remarkable recovery. I think he just wanted to rest.
Could be that or just that collision that he was able to shake off. Now Shell has a 1-point lead at 89-88. Benji Paras looking inside. No post play for Rick Marata against Franz Pumaran. Rick turning around strong and missing the shot. We're in the last 2 minutes of the game, brought to you by Emperador Brandy. Dito na tayo sa totoo, Emperador Brandy. Shell by 1, 89-88.
Now Alan Caidic is back in the basketball game for Art de la Cruz. So the top 2 gunners of San Miguel Beer now in the game at the same time. And there's one of the gunners.
And that's going to be a loose ball foul by Eric Martin as he shoved Chris Bade out of the way. That is going to be number 4.
And that's a good call. Eric Martin trying to get the offensive rebound. He pushed off with his left arm. Good call by the referees.
Only 1 minute and 37 seconds remaining. 1 point lead by Shell. Rick Marata against Franz Pumaran. Here's Jerome Lane. There's the double team. Inside pass to Chris Bade, and Ato Agustin will give up the foul. That will mean penalty shots for Chris Bade.
Well, a nice cut there by Chris Bade. Of course, you know that Bade has about a 3-inch height advantage over Ato Agustin. As soon as he moved in, as soon as he cut in, trying to get the entry pass, Ato Agustin giving up the contact, or giving up the foul on the contact.
Well, Coach Joe Lipa certainly has given a lot of confidence to this young man who is in his rookie year here in the PBA. Chris Bade with 7 points so far. Looking at the clock and at the scoreboard, Coach Joe Lipa reads 1 minute, 28 seconds, 89-88 in favor of Shell. Joe Lipa has only one more timeout to call. San Miguel with 3. Overcompensating Chris Bade.
A big 2 misses there by Shell.
That's Pumaran. Here's Ato Agustin. Alan Kaidek shaking off Chris Bade. He gets inside the paint. Alan Kaidek. And San Miguel back in the driver's seat. 90-89. Rick Marata shouting instructions to Chris Bade. They want to go to him in that mismatch against Ato Agustin. There's the curl. There's the double team. Chris Bade misses the shot. That's a formidable responsibility on the shoulders of Chris Bade. Alvin Tang babies it, but he gets it back. Rick Marata with a steal. Offensive foul on Alvin Tang. And possession will go to Shell with 42.3 seconds left. San Miguel leading by 1 at 90-89.
Now, was it an offensive foul or a loose ball foul?
I think it was called as an offensive foul. The way that Coach Violet Desma motioned it.
Okay, if it's a offensive foul, no free throws. And that's the reason we wanted to make a distinction. If it was a loose ball foul, and since San Miguel was in penalty, Shell would be taking free throws. But since it was an offensive foul, that will not count in the penalty situation.
29 seconds to go. 1 point lead by San Miguel.
Double team on Jerome Lane, having difficulty. Has to put the ball on the floor.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Ball goes out of bounds in favor of San Miguel.
Benji Paras complaining, saying that Franz Pumaran touched the ball last.
Time on the side of San Miguel Beer.
What a reversal, and Jerome Lane giving up the foul. That's a smart thing to do.
Stopping the
He
clock.
needed to stop the clock.
A shade under 14 seconds remaining, and that'll put Eric Martin at the line.
What a bad break here for Shell.
Let's watch this.
Now let's find out whether that ball really went off the hand of Shell or San Miguel Beer. Now it didn't look like Franz Pumaran handled that basketball. He ran interference, but it looked like it was off a Shell player who threw an errant pass.
Martin 0 of 3 in this game from the free throw line. He has not scored a basket from the free throw line. San Miguel is up by 1. 13.9 seconds remaining. Second free throw here for Eric Martin.
Eric Martin shooting 57.4% from the line in the Continental League. Has missed 2 crucial free throws.
A foul is being called by referee De Leon on Ato Agustin or Alan Kaidek. Yes, it is Alan Kaidek being called for the foul. If that's a loose ball foul, and that means 2 shots.
So the trip to the other end for 2 gift shots, and it could be Jerome Lane in the spotlight.
Look at Coach Norman Black. This has been one big, tiring ball game.
Now I think they're trying to pull a switch. We've got the camera focused on Norman Black. No, it is Benji Paras. No, they're not trying to pull a switch. It was not Jerome Lane who was fouled. It is Benji Paras. And he missed the free throw.
11.1 seconds remaining. This is a battle of wits now.
And a battle of missed free
Nerves.
throws.
Yeah. Battle of nerves.
We saw Chris Baden miss. We saw Eric Martin miss earlier. Alan Kaidik missed 2 free throws.
And now Joe Lipa calls his last timeout.
If Benji doesn't take it, micro-passing rebound. He needs foul immediately. Okay, maliwanag yun. Hello, Benji, you can take it. Come on, let's go. Baka hindi rin tumamot dyan. Baka hindi rin tumamot dyan. Full court press. Full court press, ha? Most dangerous man, tao mo.
The most important thing now, though, is that we box out. You really got to bend your knees, concentrate, get down, and box your man out. Go after the basketball. Locate the guys on the perimeter so they don't run in there and get the rebound. Somebody, the top guy, make sure you take the shooter. Make sure we box out, If they don't have 2 guys here, somebody get in here and take the shooter and squeeze this guy here. You stay with Lane. So the other 2 guys will be Filipinos against Paras. You understand?
But in the event they're trying to jump also, these 2 guys should just match up.
The important thing, though, is if he's battling Lane, get in there and get the foul shot, fellas.
11.1 seconds remaining. A 1-point lead by San Miguel Beer. Benji Paras is at the free throw line for Shell with 1 more shot. And remember, Coach Joe Lipa has already expended his timeouts. He does not have any timeouts to call anymore, while Norman Black has 3 more to call.
Who called that last timeout, Ed?
Joe Lipa.
Okay.
That was his last timeout. Earlier, Benji Paras missed his first shot. This is his second. They're down by 1 with 11 seconds remaining in the 4th. We are tied. We are tied at 90, and Norman Black will call a timeout.
On the other side, Allen, you set the downstream for Otto. Otto, come hard. If they quit, come hard. You understand? Don't stop. Come hard for the ball. Allen, pop. You don't have Otto here looking for
Be sure that you bounce it towards our basket. Tap it towards our basket. They go to the low post. Okay. Kaya na si Alan. No fouls, ha? Okay. Ngayon, pare, maliwanag yun, ha? No fouls, ha? Gamble na tayo. Just in case we intercept the ball, go straight to the hoop.
Here's the situation, folks. 11.1 seconds remaining. It is a tied ball game in the 4th quarter. 90 all. San Miguel Beer will have the inbounds. And Joe Lipa with no more timeouts. Norman Black with 2 in reserve.
Now both clubs not shooting very well from the free throw line. San Miguel Beer only 2 out of 12. Shell 4 out of 10. Now earlier I asked which team called that timeout because it seemed uncharacteristic for Shell to call a timeout in between free throws being taken by a Shell player. So that timeout may not have been well advised as far as Joe Lipa was concerned, since after that foul shot, San Miguel called a timeout. Anyway, San Miguel Beer will likely have this ball in the hands of either Ato Agustin or Alan Kaidik for the last shot. Time winding down. This could be going to overtime unless they got off a good shot.
Ato Agustin's shot won't go. Benji Paras has it. Rick Parada. We're going to go into overtime, folks. Overtime at 90 all. We'll be right back.